Hi Aries, welcome to your beloved reading. This is going to be an energy check-in for you, and it's going to be in the old style that I used to do when I kind of first got started on YouTube, which is my favorite style, which is a longer reading. So if you'd like to check out some shorter readings that I recently did, please head over to my Instagram. And my Instagram, for those of you who don't know, is at Awakening All You Light Workers. Okay? If you'd like a personal reading with me, please feel free to reach out. Check for my Etsy link, whichever platform you're on, and go ahead and place your order. And I'm excited to work with you. Okay, let's grab these cards. I'm super excited. Also, feel free to hit the like button if you really enjoyed this reading. Feel free. I don't usually post how many people like and dislike. It's purely just for me so that I can kind of keep an eye on things, all right? These readings are timeless and signless. Here's your card already. And so you don't have to have any Aries in your chart. And you don't have to be watching at the time that this is made, which is pretty much heading into mid-April. Whatever this is, we're going to go with that. We're going to go with this as well, okay? All right. Splitting the deck as they just asked. 1, 2, okay? All right, guys, let me get settled. Super excited. Ah. So my guides are saying to go ahead and make a wish, all right? So if this reading is for you, regardless of your sign and regardless of what time you're watching this reading, if this reading is for you, go ahead and make a wish that you'd like to have come true, okay? I love that they said that. All right, so let's jump in, guys. First of all, I am completely getting that there is a lesson that is coming to its completion, its fruition. For whatever reason, this card here looks like the ending of a school lesson. So what kind of lesson is this? To be honest, it could be anything. For somebody here, you're being directed to watch how you drive. Now that's interesting because some of us would be like, is that a lesson? It kind of is. Yes. Not for everybody, but somebody here had to hurt, right? Had to learn some very tough lessons related to the way that they drive. Now, that may be them personally behind a wheel, like learning, or this lesson, or these lessons may have come from their actions behind a wheel, or they may not be the best driver, but the lesson, the pain, the hurt came through watching somebody else go through something that they did behind the wheel, maybe an accident or whatnot, right? That's for somebody. For somebody else, you learned a huge lesson about babysitting other people. In other words, I'm getting this image of a feminine energy holding on to a masculine energy to the point of enabling this masculine energy. Maybe this person was coddled too much and at the end of the day you got left with nothing, right? But another popular energy that you may be wrapping up or maybe learning about is that all familiar low self-worth energy, that good old-fashioned Five of Pentacles energy. However, I get this idea that as you've been learning this, you've not been alone. So I do want to remind, when I say you've not been alone, you've had, let's say, cronies is what the word is. But why I'm saying you haven't been alone is because I'm getting this Three of Cups energy showcasing your assistance, ASSITANCE. Your assistance has come in the form of maybe 1 or 2 friends who may have been giving you warnings, who may have stepped in to give you motivation, who may have stepped in to chide you along the way. Whatever it is, Spirit did not leave you alone in the physical to go through this lesson. It may be even someone who came to commiserate with you. I'm getting here the idea that somebody may, a friend of yours may have been going through a similar pattern. So for example, if you're going through an issue with a relationship, maybe your buddy may have been also been going lockstep with you, kind of modeling for you how you should behave or how you should resort, what kind of behavior you should, I want to say resort to, right? Somebody may have gone on an actual resort, because I'm like, why are they saying it that way? Right? But anyway, you would know if that's you because you and your buddy are going through very similar things. regardless of what it is. But it almost seems like they always end up experiencing it first, like a week or two before you, or maybe even in the past having experienced it first, so they can kind of give you information about how to move forward. All right. So they're giving the word emulation, right? So that's been there to kind of help you move through. You move through by them actually helping you to emulate. Now, helping you to giving you a model for you to emulate. Sorry, I'm trying to get on with the reading. Come on, English. Now I am seeing this card here. It says stars. You can manifest your every wish. But what I'm seeing here is more of that energy that we were just talking about, showing you not being alone, coming through with that Three of Cups energy, somebody being there to model for you. I also noticed that it's coming through with the star energy. And it's also coming through, oh my God, the guides are so good. They just pointed out to me, didn't we just tell you guys to make a wish? You did, guides. You did say that. I was here, they were there, and it's on camera now. You said make a wish, and here it is. After the lesson is done, guess what's happening? The wish, right? So you can manifest your every wish. So whatever it is that you're going through is going to, oh, they're showing me this other card way off to the side. Guess what it also says? Wishful expectations. So this whole process is actually a clearing out process. It's a huge karmic shift. If you're not on my Instagram, I'd invite you to head over there, because I do have a shorter video for Aries that came out maybe last week, and actually or 2 weeks ago, and it says something like major karmic ending happening. It's the same thing. All right, so anyway, head over there. Let's jump in here. First card right out the gates, Alchemical Mutation, which tells me that a lot of energy has been shifting. And when I get this card, it's energetic shifts. Some of you may actually have been reaching out, getting Reiki or some kind of other energetic shift, DNA activations, whatnot. If you haven't and you feel that's for you, feel free to take that extra step. Your angels and guides will let you know. Excuse me. Okay, oh wow, some of you may have some throat chakras. Actually, like I felt that in the throat, but it's actually, you will experience throat chakra issues, but it's coming from the heart. All right, so definitely that's for somebody. And I'll tell you the shortcut here. Some things are coming up from the heart space, old things, pains and all of that. And as it's coming up and out, it's actually affecting your throat chakra. So that means that you're being pushed to express yourself. For some of you, it could be in the form of painting or some type of other productive form of creativity, or it could be, or it could be about speaking your truth. I'm seeing somebody standing in the closet just speaking their truth to their father's blazers, like a father's old blazer that's hanging in the closet. Hey, do you? It helps, doesn't it? And that's the whole point, right? The person doesn't actually have to be there in the physical for you to express yourself and release this pain. I'm also touching into people's grief energy that's actually behind the nose. So a lot of that as well. So some of you may actually find that when you actually do cry, you feel a lot of tension behind the nose and in the forehead area, that whole sinus area, because a lot of you have grief there. I'm definitely getting some past lifetime issues there as well. So if you find like, why am I breaking down over this? I mean, I understand it hurt, but like, my God, like this is like the 40th day of crying. That's because you're also releasing things from past lifetimes. I do want to remind you that this is a huge karmic shift. And when I say that, I mean, I see the door closing, the leveling up on a pattern that has been in effect for lifetimes. Okay, just as I said that, this card wants to come in off to the side. Let's see what it says. Villain, you can always rewrite the story. But what I'm actually seeing here, in addition to those words, is her literally putting the kibosh. That's what it sounds like. Putting the kibosh down on whatever these old patterns are. It's like, you silly shell, I'm no longer listening to you, low self-worth, right? Bam! So that shell has been harmonizing. Excuse me. Oh my God, it's happening again. Guys, what are we doing? All right. Okay, so that, sorry. So that just happened, came through with a message as well. This time it's about asking you to look at what it is you're actively putting out there. Now, I do want to let you know that I do work closely with my guides on a daily basis, as you guys do too, but I tend to do it a lot very consciously. So lately they've been telling me to kind of exercise that hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, and do no evil, of course. I was like, can I do some? Can I? Just kidding. I don't do it anyway. but that old maxim, because they're saying, of course, it's not like you're sitting out there saying evil and listening to it, but what they're asking me to practice, or they have been asking me to practice, is to watch what I produce, meaning what I say, what I put out there, watch what I listen to, right? So if people are coming gossiping, if people are saying bad things about each other, and if I'm hearing the news and all sorts of stuff, and watch what I'm choosing to look at, you know, the entrainment that happens through these TV shows, looking at things on TV, looking at people, you know, all of that stuff that's like, why am I wasting my time, right? All it's doing is conditioning my energetic field. So they're saying basically be a good steward of what it is you're allowing in and what it is that you are putting out there. Now, in so doing, in addition to the cleanup that I have been doing, energy shifting. Oh, right. I got to start promoting myself. If you'd like an energy shift as well, connecting to this card is what I'm seeing, please feel free to reach out. I do lovingly do that as well. But anyway, as I've been doing my own energy shifts and all of that, in addition to watching my what I consume and what I put out there, I'm starting to actively shift out. They're showing me alignment with this 8 and 3, 11 minutes and 11 seconds on this call, just as I pointed that out. So that's 11, 11, 11. They're showing me that alignment. So as I'm doing those actions, I'm actually shifting out of harmony with these old energies. Oh, I used to watch this, but now I don't do it anymore. It no longer attracts me anymore. Why? Because I've lived through the experience of understanding what it feels like to receive that and to put it out there and to live through the karmic repercussions. So one of those things is low self-worth, right? What does it mean to be in a place of low self-worth? It has far-reaching consequences in your relationships, on the job, right? In your in directing the choices that you do, in the the choices that you make, things about your ideas about deservability, and most importantly, they're showing me here in that card, superimposed through my third eye, is what you attract. They're saying, I'm just seeing little devils, basically. You attract people, places, things, and situations, not only in the physical, but also in the non-physical. They just showed me 12 minutes, 21 seconds. There's that discord, right? These things, they come from all over because they feel and they sense your harmonic frequency, and if they're at that resonance, they're going to harmonize with you. So this card is actually very, very telling in that you're putting a stop to all of that. Now, notice they said stopped when I meant to say stop. So what they're saying is that a lot of you guys may have already put a stop to that, and now you're just at the tail end of things, and manifestations are going to really start to roll in. Okay, so if you're struggling under the weight, just as I said that, there's the Dark Night of the Soul, which is the heaviest card here in this deck. If you're studying, there you go. But also if you're struggling under the weight, W-E-I-G-H-T as well as W-A-I-T, please know that you're going to have victory. They're directing me to a card way off to the front. Here, there's the victory card. Let's go ahead and put that there. So there, we're declaring victory. I'm also seeing them pull in this card way off here. Let me go ahead and fix that back. Look how cute, the bumblebee, right? But also look at you, coming out of the dark, getting Gloria Estefan's song, Coming Out of the Dark in my head, right? Remember that song, Coming Out of the Dark? Remember, finally see the light, something like that. But look where you are. You're right there on the precipice. It's like, hey, that's where I'm going. I'm going there. Now, notice that we have this yin-yang here. We have light and we have dark. Just like in the card, we have light and we have dark. So oh my God, I just looked at the time, 14 minutes, 14 seconds, right? So just like what they're saying, you have light and you have dark. What you've learned, though, is I don't really enjoy being in the dark. I like to get a little light in my life. And so that's what you're doing. You're actively making a choice to improve your circumstances. Now, will the dark aspects of your constitution, the shadier aspects, will they ever go away? Of course the answer is no, but you know what? You're going to choose over and over and over again not to have that experience. Listen, there are always going to be dangerous streets. There are always going to be people that turn you off, people that whatever, but you choose whether to experience and connect with those people, places, things, and situations. Just as you would there, it's the same thing that you would exercise on the internal. We are composed of what on our end will be perceived of as duality, the good, the bad, in, out, up, down, black, white, but of course it's all one, right? It's all one. And what you put your attention to is what you gravitate towards and what you call into being. That's all it is. Where your attention goes, that's where, let's say, life flows. All right. So it's the dragon that you feed that wins. Oh, they want me to put a card here. I do have to say, some of you are taking a little bit of a pit stop here. I mean, I'd love to see you going here, but oh, there's a card here. Ah, what card? What deck? Guys. Oh my God, I don't even know which deck, guys. I have like almost 50 decks. My hand won't move. What deck should we use? Oh, okay. They're like any deck. Okay, all right. Okay, what was that? Is that it? Okay. Dark Night of the Soul. So some of you may actually still be going through the Dark Night of the Soul period. You may be feeling it. Oops. Oh, there. That makes that. Oh, there it is. That makes sense. How would you like to orient yourself? Okay, you want to stay up? Okay. Queen of Swords. So, let me ask you, what's your Dark Night of the Soul feeling like? Well, in a nutshell. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Queen of Swords. Oh, what's this? Victory. That's double victory. All right. So what Spirit is asking? Oh, okay. He's like, and don't forget me, commitment, right? And then the chart. Okay, we'll put you on the board. 1, 2. I do see the Emperor. Oh my God. Did you see the Emperor? I said, I do see the Emperor. I was going to say, but we're putting him away. And look, there we have somebody going away right there. So let's go ahead and build there. What? Oh, there we go. Okay. Makes sense. All right. So let's look at that. What I'm seeing here is what flavor is your Dark Night of the Soul, basically? What are you going through right now? According to this stream right here, a lot of you are experiencing situations, like we just said, that you are going to have to cut out of your life. As I say that, I say this next thing with caution. I see this Queen of Swords cutting things out of her life. But there's almost this hope like, well, is this a moment where I throw the baby out with the bathwater, or I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater? And to be honest, I do see a little baby here. So this is either going to be a case where you will keep something, let's say a relationship or whatever, but it will go through a major overhaul, or it will be a situation where that thing that is here alighting on your sword will be something new. And I do see for a lot of you, it's going to be something new. And I just felt like someone grabbed my hand as I say that, okay? So, hey, I don't know. But anyway, listen, before we address that, I want to show you that you see here, this is a new contract for a lot of you. Now, I felt that grabbing my hand because what that was is father issues coming from the past. Some of you have some major father issues, which you're working through, God bless, that are coming from the past that you see won't even allow me to say we're going to look at somebody else, right? So some of you may actually be experiencing this toxic masculinity that showed up in your lifetime as a father issue. And that father issue is so ingrained, and you may be so conditioned to believe that you cannot make certain moves, or that you do not deserve to experience goodness, or that you have no value, or that you haven't been taught well. Just whatever it is, that right there, that energy, because you guys saw it, right? It's keeping you back. And so Spirit is keeping you here to get rid of that. You see this Four of Pentacles? Oh, look at that. That's extra. That's extra energy right there. You see Four of Pentacles, you're holding on to it so much. You're conditioning. Some of you may actually be dealing with somebody who's the physical manifestation of this energy, keeping you backward. So basically you're in a relationship where you're dating a male or female or gender non-conforming, but that represents this father issue. So you're dating somebody who won't let you advance, basically. But you see Spirit coming in. Yeah, it's time to let that go. We see the Tower. This is extra energy here. Undeniably understanding why this would be very painful for you. But take a look here. You see the Three of Swords that wanted to stay in the reverse. So what I'm seeing is that, yes, we have heartbreak on the board. It's definitely there with the Three of Swords, but you know what? It's in the reverse, which tells me it's not going to win out. It's also being crossed with the very decisive King of Swords along with the Victory card. So what I'm seeing is this is a done deal. Whatever energy it is that's trying to keep you back, whatever karmic stuff, whatever, ever, has no chance at surviving this culling, basically, because you have made a decision on a deep level. You're going to have victory and you're not going to let the heartbreak keep you back. But I do see that part of this process is about you needing to learn to let go, or you will have whatever it is taken from you. I do see OW, ow, being highlighted. I also see that look what happens when that lets go. We have the Empress card representing you, male, female, or gender non-conforming. But there it is, showcasing the word queen, right? Now, I do see that someone that you're connected to right here, there he is, or she, whatever, is going to have a reckoning of their own. So this is going to be a moment where the Justice card, who shivers me timbers a bit, I get a little nervous, right? The Justice card is coming in. I don't have it, but I feel her energy coming in here to say that because this is such a major cycle, we're settling scores. All right, the Justice card, the Lords of Karma, they're going to be looking at those people who have crossed you and crossed you generally speaking, and to test the merit of it and to see whether it was good, bad, or the other. Because remember, people are going to cross you. That's what happens. When I say cross, I don't mean in the negative sense. I mean they cross your path. And they are going to hurt you. Some of them are. But not all of those hurts are going to be considered slights or red slashes or whatever you want to say, because some of those people are divinely contracted to do just what they did. So it's kind of like, okay, well, if you haven't learned your lesson, if you haven't learned to love yourself as yet, you're going to cross my path and I'm going to hurt you, because that's what we contracted to do. But if you've learned the lesson, you will make a set of choices that will either take you out of alignment of me, so we never meet, or if we do meet, something about me is going to turn you off. You're going to keep going because you love yourself. And so therefore, as the Justice card comes in and weighs things up and takes a look at people, you know, that person that you're like, oh, he or she is for sure going to get it. Actually, not necessarily, right? Some of them are just doing your bidding. It's called a soul contract. But for those of them who have made serious missteps with you because they chose to act out of a place of free will, and that free will was ill-advised, let's put it that way, it's going to be marked down. Things are going to be taken into account. But at the same time, so will you. Because remember, there are things that you are also doing by design, by soul contract, to help or hinder other people along the way. But not all of those things are by design, of course. Some things that you have chosen to do are by free will, and in that case, those will be measured up as well. Were you acting out of love, or were you acting out of fear? And that's all there is to it. But I do see some people here, at least one person, being measured up here, and I do see that at the end of the day, there is going to be a departure for somebody. Oh, a card wants to come here. Now let's talk about this departure. I know you guys are like, oh man, what's the departure, right? The departure could be a person itself, or well, first of all, it's definitely going to be, let's say, a pattern that informs an energetic template upon which people are made material. In other words, when you have a certain thought or pattern of behavior, whatever, it strengthens and it becomes an energetic template upon which people start to manifest, to form itself. It's like you're creating skeletons, and then people show up as the body, right? So in other words, you're clearing a certain pattern, a certain belief, certain whatever, and it's going to release anybody that is that is not in alignment with that thing. But somebody here, some things are going. Now I do want to see here. Oh, okay. Two things. This wants to come here, but also this card is showing up to, I am seeing that there is going to be somebody that comes out of the blue for you, okay? Now, I believe you guys are all joining me in the question, who dat? Okay? I don't know, all right? But look at the tower card right in the middle of your, come on guys, yeah. Let's put this to the side out of just respect for our hearts, our breaking hearts, all right? Let's put this tower card to the side. Okay, there's a card that wants to come in. What is that? Clover, release your guilt. Ooh, goodness gracious. I thought I felt another one. 4, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't need someone else to fix you. And that's the main lesson here. You don't need someone else to fix you. This is your own thing. Oh, wow, got it. Release your guilt as well. Wow, okay. This is guilt within yourself as well, by the way. All right. Gosh, I want to get back here, but I want to say here, I want you to know that a major lesson for you, Aries, that you're cleaning up here is about understanding where your choices from a higher perspective, okay? Because down here, we're all seeing ourselves as victims. Oh my God, I made a mistake. Oh my God, I didn't make a mistake. But oh my God, how did I get here? But from a higher perspective, you're making a choice. And the choice is simple. Do I want to heal my life? Do I want to move forward? Do I want to step into mission? Or do I want to stay and not do that as yet? Now, the reasons why you may want to stay and not do that as yet could be anything. But I'll tell you what, it's a choice. And I know some people are like, did I choose to do this? And listen, I get that. But remember, when we do readings, we're not tapping into just the bottom here. I'm way from a higher perspective. And so I can see along the way, there's a choice that happens. And if you talk to people who have been in therapy and for a long time, and they've actually made some real breakthroughs in their life, you always hear them say, well, I couldn't see it at the time, but now I look back and I see, okay, I was making a choice because I was running from this or because I wanted to be this and I was choosing not to do that. So if you're not connecting with that level where you can acknowledge the choice, it's okay. You know, you got to work through stuff. But please know that what we're doing here is I'm seeing that a lot of you have been choosing that to kind of step back from taking the reins of your own life, and you wanted to, you know, get into victim mode. You were probably born into those kinds of patterns. You probably conditioned, whatever. But from a higher perspective, the spirit, something along the way, there was a choice. And I do see that you are learning, and you're coming towards the end here, and you're learning, okay, I cannot take the back seat in my own life. I have to take the front seat, because if I don't, the vehicle is going to speed out of control. And from that moment, I can start blaming anybody else for what happens after that. And the bad thing about that we, from this perspective, this lower perspective where we are on the ground, is that we will have to experience some guilt as we clean up. What is that guilt about? Of course, for other people, but it's also guilt about how we have placed ourselves in certain positions, right? Again, I know it's a controversial subject, but if it's something that you can't connect with at this moment, that's just all there is to it. And later on, as you continue to heal, you will come into realization, okay, there were times when, and so and so. And as you do that healing, there will be moments where you're going to be asked to surrender that guilt and to have compassion for yourself and know that you made the best choice that you could at that moment based on what you were working with. Okay, now coming back over here, yes, Spirit is also looking, yes, this is the whole point also, know your worth, right? But where does that want to go? Okay, over here. They're saying that's the gift, and the know your worth is the reward almost like, okay, well, that's what we've been working towards. But also, it's also reward that once you know your worth, a lot of all these shenanigans that we've been playing around with go out the wayside. Like, it's impossible to get back into it because we're not going to allow people to sell us short. Why? Because we're at the wheel now, right? Now, going back here, I do see the emergence of somebody. Somebody is coming in here, is coming out for you. It's almost like coming out of the blue. It does feel like a masculine energy, but I do see that some of these masculine energies are going to be in female bodies, okay? But let's go ahead and see what this card is here. I am always, and look, see, it's the same. I am always enough. Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. Know your worth. Skunk spirit, right? So what I'm seeing here is it almost feels like as you kick out this old pattern, it also sends out any people, places, things, and situations, which does include some relationships that you have. And you may not feel it at the time, but you start to occupy your place. Like, oh, yeah. Because notice her place, she's got 2 flowers, you know, and now she's got something hanging there. I don't doubt my worth. This is my place. But from this place of solid energy, from this place of being balanced within myself, being myself, I know that I can now finally, for reals, accommodate another energy in a healthy way. Because before then, you were accommodating other energies that were pushing you to the side. And, you know, that's the whole point. All right. Oh, all right. So I also feel that this energy here is saying after you really, you know, start cleaning out this energy, I'm just seeing you sweeping and getting rid of a lot of this stuff, there are going to be some challenges along the way, not necessarily for you, but for the people who are around you. Now, what this is going to kind of look like, and you're going to experience it as, is a ripple. It's like a ripple that comes out. It's like, hey guys, I've cleaned up my life. I've done the hard work. I'm taking action steps. I'm making moves, right? And sometimes there are people who aren't going to like that. And the reason why they're not going to like that is because it forces them now to reevaluate who they are. Well, if this person is strong now, then what does that make me? If this person's in control now, then what does that make me? Excuse me. If this person's now an adult, then what does that make me? Right? And if this person's now empowered, then where does that leave me? And so this is going to be something that I'm guessing, not guessing, I'm not guessing, I'm getting. This is something that I'm getting is going to really be rolling out for a lot of you guys in May. Now, I do want to remind you guys that the way that my readings work, this is just based on my observations, the way that the spirit guides, my spirit guides come through with information, they tend to bring through information that continues to unfold. So please don't get caught up in this idea that, oh my gosh, she's putting out content however often. Please still hold on to these readings because they still unfold over time. And I do feel that for some of you, this is going to be moving into May when you start to really experience this, where people are not knowing how to approach you or they don't understand you yet. Some people will start to fall out of your life. So we see this card. This is the falling out. They're referring to it as the culling. But please don't think of it in this negative way where somebody's got this thresher and they're like, and it's blood, children of the corn. And don't think of it that way. Think of it more as just very metaphysically. Anytime you have a physical manifestation, like these cards, my hands, whatever, they're all built on an energetic pattern or template, if you will. And you bring that template into being, or you strengthen that template, or you get rid or transform that template altogether based on your thoughts and your focus and your attention to it. As you attend to those things, as you focus on them, they bring in a flow of creative energy that makes it come into being. And so that's manifestation. So we are technically always manifesting. When people say we're learn to be a good manifester, we're masters of manifestation. What they mean is learn to become conscious of what you're doing and how you're manifesting, where you're putting your attention to. So as you change your attention and as you change this pattern, certain things just no longer can fit. It's like a lock and key. They no longer can be there and they start to fall out of your life. Now, very importantly, how they leave, I guess I gotta say, is not really something you should, not to say concern yourself with, but don't beat yourself up. If someone falls out of harmonic resonance with you and they don't, and they do it in a way where they hurt you or they storm out, or they curse you, or they whatever, however they leave is their choice, right? Sometimes, and the reason why someone would leave in such a huff and a puff like that is because there's something within them that is carrying that level of energy that could get violent, or that could feel really offended and feel, indignant, and they act out. And because there are others who will leave your energy very peacefully, in a sense like, oh my gosh, we really have to get together. I don't know what it is, but every time we try to get together, it's like, you're busy or I'm too busy. Well, hopefully we'll get to hang out one of these days, right? Or sometimes you guys will keep playing phone tag. You're just not getting each other, and so all of these are, or of course you've also seen, especially when it's fast, when maybe you lose your job or you have to move or something like that. So these are all examples of the physical reorienting itself to allow in, or to readjust, the alignment. All right. So, and we know that sometimes people leave. All right. Yeah, so I'm seeing this in May, but I do feel a lot of creative energy coming in June. It's so much, I had to kind of sing that, okay? It's so much creative energy coming in June. They're pulling me off to the side to bring in this awesome, awesome, awesome card, fertility. Trying to feel into if this could be, for some of you, not all of you, but some of you, this could actually be about babies. Cute babes, about an actual baby, or it could also be a time to start trying. But either way, this creative energy that I'm feeling is because of the space that because you've made a deep structural change, and you got a lot of help with the energetic shifts. You brought the mind in, you made action steps. You accepted, you allowed, right? And then as you continue to take those steps, you allowed the energy around you to shift. And once all of that funnels out, look at this. You're just at a higher vibration altogether. Look at all of these beings. They're standing right next to her, but they're not at her level. They're not in her alignment. She's not even acknowledging their salty looks, right? And think about all of this beautiful space that now this creative energy has a chance to come in and inhabit. Part of me wants to look here because I'm curious about, okay, not yet. I'm kind of curious about who or what this energy is here. Because I'm getting a little bit, I'm wondering, okay, for somebody here, okay, for someone here, whoever this person or energy is that's leaving, I'm just getting 6 months later, they may actually reappear. And hold on, not all of you guys, not all of you, okay? For some of you guys, Spirit is pulling out this Ten of Swords card, the ending. For some of you, it's really about somebody walking away, and that's it. Leaving, and that's it. But again, for some of you, I'm getting a 6 months later kind of reconnection for this person. And I'm getting doctor energies around them. So when I say doctor energies, I don't want you to be like, oh my God, I'm dating a doctor and this must be, no, it could simply be that this person has medical energies in their energetic field. Like their spirit has done a lot of medical stuff in past lifetimes and whatnot. I'm feeling that, but I'm also feeling that for somebody here, they've had their own awakening. There's something in the palm of their hands. They had to have their own awakening. And then they come back. In fact, look at how his hand, the palm of his hand is on his heart. So this is somebody who may have ended up departing because you're on a different level. You're going through their stuff. They were no longer in alignment. They went off. They had their own awakening, their heart awakening. And then they come back and they're probably, the way this person's looking is like, did you learn your lesson? Right? But it's not in this like goober way. Like, did you learn your lesson? It's like, did you learn your lesson? Because I learned mine. Can we do this again? Is what I'm getting. Not for everybody, but suddenly I'm seeing it starting to kind of come into this card now where we see two. Okay? Where we see two. And for that set of people, the learning is going to be very simple for you. Not simple, because this is a lifetime's kind of thing, but the learning is I can have a connection, but I will not encroach upon that person's field to the point where I'm projecting onto them this need for them to heal me, to fix me, to acknowledge me, to this and that. Okay, not acknowledge me, but you know what I mean. You won't form attachments with this person. Then you're going to be able to coexist with this person, to experience life as two individuals in union and connection with this person. Right now, you're going through this process to get there, but I'm willing to bet if this reading resonates with you and you were in connection with people before, there's too much codependency. There's a blending of energy fields. There's not enough independence, not enough interdependence, right? And so that's what I'm seeing for somebody here. They're going to come back enlightened. Of course, for some of you, it's going to be somebody completely out of the blue, right? And I don't even, yeah, but I am seeing this here. All right, you guys know I keep it real. Now, which one are you? That's the realm of a personal reading. Okay, always remember that, because you know this is general reading. General. All right. Where else were we? Yes. So your guides are saying that new, because I'm seeing new skills, but new skills. I want to say new skills coming in here, but actually the new skill sets are coming in here. They're saying, which is probably around right now, March. I'm getting March, April, right? March, April, May, all right, but anyway, and June for, yeah, some of you will overlap, because of course it's not like, oh, well, June 1st, here we go. No, it's like it's overlapping. But anyway, so skill sets are going to be coming in at this time. Some of you may already be knowing that. Some of you may start like getting desires to try new hobbies, do all sorts of stuff. They're pulling me over to a deck off to the side. Let me go ahead and grab it. Okay, just as I said grab it, I saw this card. This is the card, it was the second card they had me pull. Not the one at the top, but the one underneath, and it turns out to be this one. This is my intervention card. So they're pulling in this energy of intervention. Why? It also feels like victory. All right, two things. First of all, feel how the energy feels more gentle. You're bringing in skill sets, yes. And some of these skill sets are very much in alignment with knowing your worth. Saying no, learning your boundaries, learning how much attention you're worth, right? Learning to see people's motivations through not only their words but their actions, learning to put your foot down, those kinds of things. But what I'm seeing here is as you start to really release these harsh energies, these old karmic things, through your attention to your healing, I do see that you're going to develop a gentle energy, a more gentle energy. Now, Aries, we're like saying, what? Me, moi, gentil, right? What? I don't speak French, obviously, but what are you talking about? I'm all that fire. And then we have this other part saying, yes, but you're not just a fire. You've got other things. You've got talents. You've got skills. You've got moxie, you know? And I feel that your gentle energy is going to be celebrated. So there are going to be people around you who are just going to be like, oh my God, I could talk to this person now. And I'm starting to get some of this person's vibes. So somebody that leaves may very well actually leave, not necessarily because, not for all of you, but not necessarily because you're just upgrading and all that, but also because your process of upgrade is like hell on earth. Can you imagine an Aries going through their process? Probably like a full fireball, right? But I'm also getting a lot of water energy. So you may actually 1 minute be a full fireball, next minute be a completely weeping mess of tears, and and this is tumult. And this person is probably like, bye, I can't, because you probably pushed them away. Next thing you're like, I'm sorry. So the reason again why people leave, it could be anything. But I do feel that as you gentleize, I just made that word up, gentleize your energy, it's soft. And I'm just getting this flower energy now. It's the flower energy. The thorns have been like kind of largely picked out because the thorns come from old patterns. And for some of you, not all of you, but if you are the one where this person's going to come back 6 months later is what I'm getting. It's either 6 months later is what I'm feeling, or I heard, or the 6th month, but I am seeing 6 there, right? And I really feel 6 months later. But anyway, who am I, right? I do feel that this person's finally going to be able to come in and talk to you because your energy will be just so much more calm. In fact, look at this tower energy. Kind of wants to turn over, but look how calm she looks. Unplug and relax for a spell. So this is showing me that you will have learned. Yeah, they're saying you will have burned out. You will have burned, but you will also have learned how to channel this stress energy, channel these feelings, these emotions, and so process it. And so as a gift, it's like you are going to be the stars, what I'm getting. All right, let's go here. Look, there we go. Paradigm shift. This is all shift energy. This is shift energy. Whew. I'm getting Halloween for a second. I'm like, is it going to be all the way to Halloween? I hope not. But, but maybe, yeah, because 6 months from now, what is that, right? Look, we're in the 4th month, right? But, when we say Halloween, it just sounds like, oh my God, end of the year. But definitely, yeah, maybe Halloween. They're like, yeah, hello. That's the shift. So, yeah, and then we have 11. So long story short, guys, for the rest of this year, it looks like you're going to be going through a major process. And interesting that they chose to talk about it now, but I do see March. This is a huge process. I would encourage you to hold on to this reading. If you find it resonates for you, hold on to it for the next few months and watch it unfold. I usually like to come back and check personally. They're giving me energies about kids. For somebody here, they're saying the kids are on hold. All right, so that can of course be about family planning, but it could also be, what is this 43 card? Yeah, there it is. It could also, it could also be about if you're trying to adopt or something like that. Maybe the kids are on hold right now. Obviously, things are in flux. But if it means something to you, it's going to mean something to you in the way that it should. Now, I love this card. It says mourning, the world awaits. But there's a little play on words here. Thanks, guys. There's a little bit of play on words here with the word mourning, because I'm also getting the energy of mourning, M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G. And in today's world, there's so many reasons to mourn. But I do feel that it really is largely about you needing to say goodbye to certain things in your life in many ways, right? It's about letting go, doors closing, shutting down shop, as they're saying. However, look at how peaceful she starts to look. And I'm getting that for some of you, March is the beginning of course, it looks like some craziness, but March is also the beginning of some energies of peace coming in. So as you start to unload some of these energies, I do feel that in its place will come moments of peace. Like, oh, I'm waking up. I'm sad because I don't have this person here. I'm sad because I'm out of a job, or I'm sad because I didn't see a morning text, or whatever it is that has made you sad in that moment. But at the same time, there are going to be moments of peace where it's like, oh, well, at least I don't have this, or at least I don't have to, feel bad about myself early in the morning because this person is looking at me and they say something about my weight, or something to that effect. So you're going to start to enjoy more of your space, is what they're saying. It says the world awaits you. Wow. Okay. That's also a reminder to you that whatever this process is that you're going through, trust in it. Trust in it and know that you are divine. I know that sounds super lame, right? But it's true. Trust, oh, there it is. What's this card? Yeah, it wants to stand out. Trust in it and know that you are divine and that you will come through this, because this is definitely, this is amazing. It's a huge karmic shift from lifetimes, and you're actually wearing this beautiful crown, okay, of shells. So I'm going to leave you guys with this card. It's the impeccability card, and I'll read it very quickly. Move into that place of perfection within you, that place of truth, responsibility, competence, and intuition. Collect your discipline like a Buddha meditating in a garden of snow. Impeccability is an area of strength that continues to flame within, maintaining your power and intent. This flame burns in your center always, indicating the level of your capabilities and your effectiveness in bringing events into being. Manifestation. Impeccability is tended by the attentions of your sacred witness, that person within you who constantly observes the target. Speaking of sacred witness, a card randomly, not never randomly, off to the side, it says wisdom in play. Our intuition knows more than we do. But if sacred witness, the way that I'm feeling the energy here, were to be made into an image, it would possibly look like this. And I don't know why, but that's what I'm feeling. So I'm just going to continue reading for us. Okay, where is it? Impeccability is tended by the attentions of your sacred witness, that person within who constantly observes the target. Gather your power with impeccability, with the intensity of a rubber band pulled and held at its breaking point, and focus your intent for the job about to be done. Lovely. Okay. So our angels and guides are leaving us with a little bit of a gift. They're saying take your time. They're saying there's no time like the present, literally, because there is no time. If you perceive of a past and a future, right, then that's just a perception, but it's not real, because there is no such thing as time except for the now moment, and the now moment, and the now moment, and the now moment, and so on. So they're saying every new moment is a new moment. Try to lean in to that moment. If it's a painful moment, lean into it. If it's a loving moment or a moment that makes you feel good, lean in. And know that all moments eventually pass, just like the blink of an eye, right? And so they're also saying to remember that this is a process that you're going through. It's just a process. And as we see, this process eventually ends. And what does it end in? Victory. So go ahead, and we're going to end with the same way that we started, which is Spirit's advice to make a wish. So we'll take a quick second and make a wish, whatever your wish is. Okay, I just made my wish. All right. Anyway, keep going, you guys. And if you'd like a personal reading from me, please feel free to reach out. You guys know that I do offer all kinds of readings, including coaching sessions, energy shifts, past life readings. I also have more expedient readings, most notably the 48-hour written reading. But anyway, you guys head over to my Etsy shop, see what works for you, and it would be my pleasure to work with you, okay? Thanks, guys. Bye. Mwah. Oh, and head over to my Instagram if you'd like to just see what's over there. It's at Awakening All You Lightworkers. Bye.